My name is Michelle York. I am Commercial Director here at Nuneaton Signs. Nuneaton Signs is a national signage company with social value at the heart of everything that we do. As the name suggests, we are based in Nuneaton and we make signs. Our customer base is very varied, and we are delighted and honoured that customers decide to place their orders with us. And our customer base ranges from top level construction customers from Waits, Morgan Sindall, Vinci, Winvic, etc., through to infrastructure clients such as MSF, McCann's, and your day-to-day customers within the local area that need a sign for their hairdressers or their cafe or local shop, for example. Nuneaton Signs was set up back in 1982 with the pure purpose of providing meaningful employment and training for people with disabilities through the manufacture and sale of signs. Fast forward nearly 40 years, our mission and purpose remains exactly the same today as it did back then. We have a very clear purpose. We reinvest all of our surplus monies back into the company, and being a company that's limited by guarantee, we trade for monetary purposes, and 95% of our income actually comes from trade. Nuneaton Signs create social impact in a number of ways. We've obviously got our core mission and our employment of people with disabilities through the manufacture and sale of signs is at the heart of everything that we do. We now have 70 members of staff, and 70% of those have at least one disability. Now, that can be people with medical conditions, physical disabilities, mental health conditions, visual impairments, hearing impairments, or a mixture of all of them. Most people have more than one. Recently, in September 2021, we started our supported internship scheme, and we have 4 young people out of SEN education on a year-long programme, because we've historically had a lot of older people join the business, which has meant they've lost confidence, they've lost self-belief. So rather than putting a sticking plaster over the end result by starting the supported internship programme, we want to address the root cause so that young people out of SEN education, we can help them become highly employable, confident, articulate young people to go into the workplace, so they're not losing their self-confidence and their self-belief in the longer term. In 2018, Nuneaton Signs heard the term social enterprise for the first time, and suddenly this vast community and collaborative movement had its doors open to us, and that has been pivotal in our growth and our success. We are trading with like-minded customers, we work collaboratively with other suppliers within the industry, and the fact that we are increasing our numbers on a weekly basis of people that we can help and support that are furthest from the job market. Pre-COVID, we were at 52 members of staff, with 68% having at least one disability. Sat here now in March 2022, we're at 70 members of staff, 70% have at least one disability. We have 4 supported interns, a full-time job coach, and we are doing more and more work in the local community. And we are looking at future growth plans, which are very exciting. What can all businesses learn from the social enterprise model? Quite simply, the business for good and making money are not mutually exclusive anymore. They can be done in tandem. Any business can create social value, and with the movement of how important it is and I suppose the change in landscape since we've all suffered a 2-year lockdown, is the fact that it's all encompassing. We need to be inclusive, equality, and have diversity through every step of what we do. By concentrating on what somebody can do rather than what they can't is the biggest lesson that I've learned since being at Nuneaton Signs. My advice to social entrepreneurs starting out would be, don't try and change the world. Go for a clearly defined part of it. Get your message clear, get your journey and your benchmarks clear, and work as hard as you can. And when you see lives genuinely changing and the impact that you have, honestly, it makes all the blood, sweat and tears worthwhile. Nuneaton Signs have some very interesting plans for the future. If we go back a step, the target for the company was always to be a 3 million turnover plus. That was always the ambition. Well, we went from 2.2 million to over 3.8 million in the course of 12 months, and the growth is continuing. Our commitment and forward thinking plans are all about the continued support of how we can help people that are furthest from the employment marketplace. We want to create more jobs, we want to create more training, hence why we're doubling our numbers on our supported interns for the next intake. As well as that, we're looking at options for expansion. We're currently in talks with some organisations about creating a social enterprise community hub to give space for startups, like-minded businesses, as well as increasing our capacity and looking at ways that we can diverse. We've recently had the most amazing young gentleman join us, and it's our first employee that actually has Down syndrome. And we've been on a steep learning curve, and we've been honest with him and his family about help us and support us, because we're going to make mistakes, but we want to learn. So we're currently looking at how we can create James's legacy and help more people that unfortunately haven't had the opportunities, haven't got access to employment and opportunities within that marketplace. We want to give them the chance to gain work experience, gain confidence, because he is the most delightful young man. He is so happy and generally has lifted the mood within the business over a course of a few weeks. He is phenomenal. If you'd asked me where the social enterprise movement was going a few days ago, I would have been exceptionally positive with the PPN notice, etc. Having read an article from David Rees-Mogg about the fact that the weighting is too high concerns me massively, because we're actually at the point where everybody's learning about social value because it was within public procurement. I would like to see an even bigger step forward for social enterprise movement, because I would like to see it as part of GCSE business. I'd like to see it taught in schools. I would like to see courses about it at college, because young people are as concerned about doing good as they are about making money. So let's provide them education and a platform to show them how it can be done. For Nuneaton Signs to be included in the Social Entrepreneur Index, I cannot tell you how much that means to us, to get some recognition for what we do as a business, for our employees and our extended Nuneaton Signs to share in that moment. Makes me so happy, because we work so hard on a day-to-day basis. So do the staff. They're all inclusive. They are amazing to work with. They are so eclectic, and everybody drives for the same result, about improving lives and improving the local community. And the fact that we can do our little part of it and get a bit of recognition is just amazing. So thank you.